Have you ever pondered what happens when you stop hunting for someone and how it can change your relationship? Today, we're exploring the strong Stoic tactic of standing aside to let them realize what they've lost. Not playing games, but embracing your worth and letting it speak louder than words. As our wise friend stated, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Sometimes our presence is treasured when we stand aside. Today, we're talking about recovering your power with an intensity that leaves an indelible mark. Imagine the courage it takes to ignore the noise and focus on your own growth, letting your silence speak loudly. You need to become so robust and self-assured that they can't help but feel your absence. Each idea we cover today is a step toward becoming someone who is respected and admired, remembered not because they've disappeared, but because they've become stronger. This is your chance to shine and prove your value. Before we begin, I have a challenge that will establish the tone. Leave a remark below with, "My absence will speak for me." This is a declaration of your strength, resolve, and commitment to becoming unforgettable. Time to show the world and yourself that you're not simply stepping back, you're rising up in a way that will make them feel your absence like never before. See how many of you are ready to embrace this powerful transformation and make your presence known, even when you're not there. Stoic pals, ready? Let's go. Friends, let's start with a thinking exercise to set the stage for these 10 ideas. Do not omit this crucial step. Think of yourself like someone's sun. You lift their spirits and give them vitality. Imagine that sun vanishes, the world cools and dims. We miss the warmth we previously took for granted, and the absence grows each day. You think what occurs next? Do they move on or understand the importance of what they lost? Now, think about a friend, partner, or co-worker who was once part of your daily routine. Imagine how often you spoke to them, brief texts, fast calls, casual encounters. Imagine if those interactions stop suddenly, not because of a fight, but because you choose to focus on yourself. How would they feel? What would they think when days pass without customary conversations? Would they miss you? Would they wonder where you went and why you were quiet? If someone leaves and disappears, won't they forget about me? Won't my absence force them away? Understand that this method isn't about disappearing, despite this prevalent concern. It's not about disappearing and moving on without thinking. It's about changing your connection in small yet profound ways. Stepping back gives them time to contemplate, recognize, and feel your absence. This isn't about staying absent forever. It's about making your presence felt with just enough distance to let them experience life without you. Consider it a lovely painting. Sometimes stepping back lets you see the big picture and enjoy it. This is our main topic today. Playing hard to get is different from generating space's transformative force. Something fundamental happens when you stop looking for someone and pull back. Your absence may weigh them down more than you thought. When the dynamics alter and their perception of you changes. Consider the last time you lost anything precious, like jewelry or a keepsake. Remember the feeling of loss and sorrow for not appreciating it more when you had it. Others who took you for granted feel the same way. Unlike that lost thing, you can choose to return to their lives. Before we get into the 10 points that explain how they feel after you stop seeking for them, think about your own experiences. Think about times when someone's absence helped you appreciate them. Which feelings did you experience? Your lingering thoughts. Keep those feelings. They're the key to understanding what happens once you step back. Let's explore their 10 tremendous emotions and realizations after you stop looking for them. Number 1. Silence. Shock. Let's start with the shock of silence when you're gone. Imagine that you've always been the reliable one who texts first, makes arrangements, and checks in to see how they're doing. One day, you retreat. You don't text in the morning or make arrangements, and quiet falls. Walking into a room with no music is like that. An immediate sense of absence exists. Your absence and messages aren't the only reasons for this quiet. It's a bigger shock when someone discovers their daily routine. Their comfort of knowing you're there has altered. Your presence was like background music, which they relied on even if they didn't realize it. Now the shock settles in. They wonder what occurred. Why not reach out? I did something wrong. This unexpected change surprises them and makes them question everything. The silence is almost deafening, and they feel your absence. Remember Rumi's words, the quieter you become, the more you are able to hear. As you become quieter, others hear your absence in their lives. Now that you've left, they must face life without you. They may have taken you for granted, thinking you'd always be there. You may be wondering, but what if they don't care? What if my presence wasn't that significant to them in the first place? Many of us worry about this. However, if they don't care, and your disappearance doesn't produce a ripple, it says something. It suggests this relationship wasn't as serious as you imagined. Though difficult to face, that insight is invaluable. Consider a concert when an instrument stops playing. If the song doesn't change, that instrument wasn't important. However, if the music feels incomplete without it, you realize how vital that instrument was. This applies to relationships. If your absence doesn't matter, you may not have been playing your role. This is okay since it helps you realize where you stand and go forward. The jolt of silence usually helps. It shakes things up, encourages them to face their feelings, and frequently makes them appreciate your involvement in their life. They recognize that your presence brought comfort, stability, and connection, not just convenience. As they realize that, your absence will speak for you, resonating in their thoughts and letting them realize how much they miss you. This quiet might wake them up and change your connection. They have to take stock, think on what they have, and realize they may have taken you for granted. That realization sows longing and admiration. Number 2, realization of your value. Let's discuss the second thing they may feel after you're gone, your value. Imagine your quiet shocks them, but they adjust. As time passes, a faint but persistent feeling that something crucial is missing plagues them. Your absence, your energy, encouragement, and unique manner of brightening their day is more than just your texts and calls. The realization of your value begins here. In the rush and bustle of daily life, it's tempting to take individuals for granted, especially those who are always giving. They notice the void you leave when you stand back and stop investing in the connection. Like taking a critical piece from a puzzle, the picture becomes incomplete. They realize how much you contributed, not just in big, apparent ways, but in small, everyday ways that enrich their lives. They may miss your listening, guidance, and fun as time passes. People realize that your presence wasn't just background noise. It was a melody that gave their days significance. The melody has ended, leaving an unsettling quiet. This insight usually prompts deeper self-reflection. They wonder, why did I ignore them? Why did they improve my life? They reflect and see your genuine value, perhaps for the first time. They realize you weren't just occupying space in their lives, you added something meaningful they can't replace. Imagine ordering your favorite dish at a restaurant. Your go-to dinner has become so familiar that you don't even consider its quality. Once you try something new and it's different, you suddenly realize how much you adore that favorite dish, how it filled you and hit the spot like nothing else could. That happens when you retreat. They understand nothing compares to what you gave them. This revelation of your importance might transform how others see you and the relationship. They realize you were always positive, supportive, and joyful. Since you're gone, people notice it everywhere. The quiet moments during their day when they would have called out to you, the obstacles they encounter without your consoling words, and the laughs they miss sharing with you. As Albert Einstein stated, strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. Stepping back lets others see your genuine value. You're showing them that your presence is precious. You're showing them what they had and lost. As they process this, your absence will speak for you. It will honor you, your contribution, and your irreplaceable position in their lives. This revelation can make them want you back, reach out, and reconnect with a deeper appreciation for everything you bring to the table. Number 3, the void of your presence. Let's discuss the third experience they'll have after you're gone, your absence. The uneasy understanding of the vacuum you've left behind follows the shock of silence and realizing your value. This goes beyond missing your texts and calls to the tremendous vacuum you leave in their lives. The tiny things you did, the kind gestures, the way you listened, the comfort of knowing you were always there, are suddenly gone, and it feels like a massive void. Imagine going about their usual routine, but something is amiss. They don't get your morning text. Now when you're alone, your inside jokes and comfort from talking things through feel hollow. They feel like their emotional safety net, which they didn't know where they had, has been taken away, leaving them to navigate their days without it. This emptiness is deep because it's about who you are, not just what you did. Your warmth and closeness are hard to duplicate. They feel that emptiness more than expected now that you're gone. Instead of a bright, warm room, it's cold and dark. They can't overlook your void. As they adjust to this new reality, they may try to fill the hole by socializing or doing other things. However, they realize nothing fits your space. Your distinctive presence has left a gap in their life. This void reminds them of what they had and sends a consistent message that they've lost something vital that improved their life. According to Voltaire, the art of being happy lies in the power of extracting happiness from common things. Without you, those things don't deliver the same satisfaction. Your absence will speak for you as they sit with your absence. It will remind them daily of the brightness and warmth gone. In that void, people may know you're missing. That was the third thing people might feel, your absence. Please share your ideas before we move on to the fourth. Which questions are on your mind? Drop them in the comments. I'll guide you through this. If everything makes sense, thumbs up, like this video, and subscribe to the channel. Let's reveal the next thing they might feel, which is even more powerful, so don't miss it. Stay with us as we explain how your absence can change their lives. Number 4. The rise of curiosity. Let's discuss the fourth feeling they may have when you're gone. Curiosity. After the initial shock of quiet, realizing your value, and feeling uncomfortable without you, they become intrigued. The need to comprehend what's happening in your world now that you're no longer in theirs is deeper than where you've gone or why you're not reaching out. Imagine they're looking through their phone and realize you haven't spoken in days or weeks. They wonder, what are they up to? Are they okay? Are they moving on without me? This curiosity can rapidly evolve into fascination as they ponder about all the things they don't know. They may examine your social media to see what's going on in your life and piece together hints to satisfy their curiosity. This inquiry is powerful because it means they're seeing you differently. They didn't wonder about you when you were always there. They knew where and what you were doing. After you've stepped back, there's a mystery around you, an interest that draws them in and makes them want to know more. Like reading a book and discovering you don't know what's going to happen next, the ambiguity becomes enticing. As Aristotle observed, the more you know, the more you realize you don't know. This fits the rise of curiosity. With your absence, they realize how much they took for granted and how little they knew about you. Now they want to fill in those gaps and comprehend what's going on. Curiosity inspires. It can make them want to reconnect and find out what's happening. You become more intriguing to them as you evolve, grow, and change each day. As their curiosity grows, your absence will speak for you and pull them closer. The mystery of your absence draws them in as they try to comprehend the person you're becoming, someone greater than they thought. Number 5, the growth of longing. The rise of longing is the fifth thing they may sense when you're gone. Longing develops after curiosity. This is a long-term desire to hear from or see you. As people wonder about you, they miss you. Not just your presence, but everything that made your connection great. Imagine that they're going about their day, but every little thing reminds them of you. A music that played in the background when you were together. A destination you both visited. Or simply a random word that brings back a recollection of something you said. These tiny reminders build a hunger that's hard to ignore. They miss the simple things, the everyday encounters, more than the major ones. Because it grows where connection once was, longing is powerful. That need grows as days pass without hearing from you or feeling your presence. This is like attempting to quench an insatiable desire. They realize they miss you deeply and personally, not simply having someone around. For Marcel Proust, the real voyage of discovery consists not in seeking new landscapes, but in having new eyes. This longing provides them a new perspective on what you meant to them. They see the relationship differently and appreciate the little things they missed. As this need deepens, your absence will speak for you as an unmistakable tug that makes them crave the connection they previously had with you, recognizing how much they miss it. Number 6, regret. Let's discuss the sixth emotion someone may feel while you're gone. Regret. Regret rises as curiosity and love for you grow. This isn't a passing notion or a minor what if. It's a vivid, terrible awareness that they may have taken you for granted and didn't appreciate you when they could. Imagine them alone, reflecting on your time together. They suddenly remember those times you helped, supported, or sacrificed without realizing it. They may have overlooked your concerns, dismissed your efforts, or believed you'd always be there. But now, without you, they view those times with fresh eyes and feel the weight of their actions or inactions. Regret often comes with if-only thoughts. If only I had been more attentive. If only I had reciprocated their efforts. If only I had valued them as much as they deserved. These thoughts can be painful because they're tied to missed opportunities to show that you cared, build a stronger connection, or fix issues before they became too big to ignore. This regret isn't just about feeling guilty, it's about losing something precious. They wonder whether they would have done things differently, nurtured the relationship, instead of taking it for granted. This sobering conclusion typically leaves people with a lasting sense of loss. According to philosopher Søren Kierkegaard, regret is a difficult emotion that stems from the irrevocable aspect of the past. They can't undo what's done, which can make them feel helpless and sad. Regret can also inspire transformation. It may cause people to reassess their priorities, value what they've lost, and try to make amends. Remorse drives them to apologize or rekindle. As remorse sets in, your absence will say, "You should have valued me when you had the chance." This overwhelming insight can inspire individuals to examine their behavior and possibly make amends before it's too late. Number 7. The intrigue of mystery. The fascination of mystery is the seventh thing they may sense after you're gone. As your absence continues, they begin to perceive you through a mysterious new lens. While you were always available, they knew what to anticipate. After stepping back, you've become an enigma, which is fascinating. Consider that they no longer know what you're doing. You no longer share everyday thoughts, plans, or feelings. You're less predictable now, which intrigues them more. They ask, what are they doing? Who are they spending time with? What new things are they exploring without me? Mystery flips the dynamic, making it strong. Instead of reaching out and sharing, you've become someone people seek to understand and whose life they no longer know. Like when a favorite character in a narrative becomes more nuanced and multi-layered, your absence deepens their perception of you, making them curious. Oscar Wilde remarked, "The truth is rarely pure and never simple." This encapsulates mystery. You're now a multifaceted individual with a life that evolves even without them. As this mystery unfolds, your absence will speak for you in subtle yet powerful ways. They'll be curious about your new life and who you've become without them. Number 8. The power of reflection. The power of reflection is the 8th thing they may feel while you're gone. The shock of quiet, increased curiosity, and remorse lead to serious introspection. They start to think about the relationship, you and themselves during this time. Your absence allows them to think on what worked, what didn't, and most significantly, what they missed. Imagine them alone with their thoughts, recalling your time together. They recall your talks, support, even times when they may not have paid you enough attention or appreciation. This reflection often clarifies. They perceive the connection for what it was and what it could have been, with more effort, care, or understanding, because it broadens their vision. Reflection is powerful. They see their own shortcomings, times when they were too focused on themselves to appreciate how much you were helping them. During this time, they may realize they missed out on more than simply your presence. They missed out on building something stronger with you. This reflection can help increase self-awareness. They notice trends in their conduct, possibly realizing they've made similar mistakes in earlier relationships. It's a moment of personal growth when they realize your absence is more than simply a temporary gap and can learn and change. Socrates famously remarked, "The unexamined life is not worth living." This reflection forces them to review their decisions and how they've affected their relationships. Introspection can help them comprehend you and them. As they contemplate, your absence will speak for you in ways that promote thinking, foster growth, and help them appreciate what they had. Through introspection, they may recognize that their life was richer with you, and that the lessons learned from your absence could lead to substantial improvements if they can reconnect with you. Number 9. The magnetism of self-sufficiency. The attraction of self-sufficiency is the 9th thing they may sense when you go. As kids adjust to your absence, they perceive you differently. You're no longer always available, giving, and ready to help. You've become self-reliant and robust. This increased self-sufficiency is magnetic. You're not falling apart without them. Indeed, you're thriving. You're following your dreams and living your greatest life. This revelation may shift their game. They suddenly see you as someone who has developed, matured, and become more compelling without them. It's attractive to be a full person without outside approval. Watching you become self-sufficient challenges their opinion of you. They may have thought you needed them for happiness, but now they know that you can find it on your own. This self-sufficiency might cause mixed emotions. They may regret not acknowledging your strength earlier. They may be more drawn to you because of your capacity to stand tall alone. You're like a light of independence and self-confidence that people can't ignore. Ralph Waldo Emerson observed, "Self-reliance is the height of man." Being self-sufficient means being mature and strong, which is beautiful. They realize you're thriving without them. It shows them how much they undervalued your perseverance and capability. The allure of self-sufficiency may make them question themselves. They may wonder if they've relied too much on others for happiness, and if they may learn from your lifestyle. Your independence is a silent reminder that true strength comes from within, which people may now admire more than ever. As they see your self-sufficiency, your absence will demonstrate your strength, perseverance, and independence. It will show them that you can shine on your own, not just stand. That self-reliance is magnetic, not just praiseworthy. Number 10. The desire for reconnection. Finally, the 10th thing they may feel when you're gone is a longing for reconnection. After experiencing stillness, seeing your value, missing you, and being drawn to your self-sufficiency, they may reach a crossroads. Curiosity, longing, regret, and reflection lead to a strong desire to reconnect with you. Imagine them spending days, weeks, even months, thinking about what they had with you and what they lost. As they think about it, it becomes evident that your absence has left a gap that nothing else can replace. The individuals they've met and distractions they've attempted don't compare to your bond. This awareness drives a strong desire to reconnect and bring you back into their lives. The desire to reconnect isn't just about missing the good times. It's about realizing that their relationship with you was unique and can't be replicated. They realize that your relationship gave them a sense of completeness, joy, and fulfillment that they want again. The kicker: Your growth without them fuels this need for reconnection. They're drawn to the stronger, more confident you, not just the person they know. Your self-reliance, resilience, and ability to succeed alone make you more alluring. They now value you for your growth and transformation, not just your past. While contemplating this desire, individuals may picture what it might be like to reconcile and re-establish the relationship on stronger ground. They may imagine the talks and shared experiences you may have with your wisdom. This urge for reconnection motivates them to reach out, apologize, or share what they've learned and changed. As American author F. According to Scott Fitzgerald, there are all kinds of love in this world, but never the same love twice. They realized that what they had with you was great and want to rekindle that connection and create something better. The longing for reconnection will increase, and your absence will become a powerful urge to repair what was lost. Because of who you've become, they'll like you more. In that longing, they'll realize that reconnecting with you may be the only way to fill your absence. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could benefit. I want to hear your thoughts. Comment, "My absence will speak for me," and let's continue the discourse. We grow and deliver you excellent content thanks to your engagement. See you next video.